Hey guys, it's Jen. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another meal prep video. Today I am doing a real life back to school meal prep. So I am going to be sharing with you what I'm doing today to meal prep to clean out my freezer and my pantry. I don't really have a sense 100% of what I'm gonna make yet. I know that I have the ingredients to make these pumpkin chocolate chip muffins that my kids like, and I know I have ingredients to do some homemade Lunchables, but they will be going back to school this week, at least part-time, and so for the days that they go, they will need some lunch to take with them because the school cafeteria situation is a little bit sketchy this year. They're not having lunch in the actual lunch room. They're like delivering it to their classes, even hot lunches. So for the days that they're at school, I want them to be able to have like a decent lunch that I pack for them. And I also have some produce to clean out in my refrigerator, just some things that I want to get done. So I thought I would take you along with me and we'll see what we can get accomplished. I also wanted to mention that today's video is in collaboration with Erin over at the YouTube channel My Level 10 Life. Erin posts a lot of the same content that I do, and she also posts some weight loss content if you're interested in that. She also has online courses, and she is just a super inspirational and motivational person overall. She's one of those people, once you start watching her videos, you won't be able to stop. You'll binge like 10 of them in a row. So I'll link her channel and her back to school meal prep down below. She's gonna be making some fun things too. And then she also has a very active Instagram page, and so I'll link that as well. So thank you, Erin, for offering to collab with me and for this idea, because I think that it's gonna be very productive today and I'm gonna get a bunch of stuff done. So what I'm gonna do first is show you the situation in my fridge, and then we'll kind of map out a game plan for what we wanna get done. Okay, so I did put away my groceries this week. I got a grocery haul from Imperfect Foods. That video has already been posted a few days prior to this, so if you're up to date, you probably would have seen that already. I do have some cauliflower I need to clean up, and then I have some veggies in here that need to be taken care of. I have cilantro that I need to get washed. Carrots and peppers and tomatoes I need to prep. I also have some spinach in here, and I need to decide if I'm going to use that up or if I don't want to waste it, what I'll probably do is steam it up and put it in the freezer, and then I can use it later for like a pasta or a spinach artichoke dip or something like that. And then back in the back there, I also have some like breakfast meats that I can prep up for breakfast. I have some eggs. And then down here in the meat and cheese drawer, I have some things that I can use to make like homemade Lunchables for the kids. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm planning on for today, just kind of getting this fridge all prepped and cleaned up for the first week of school, whatever that's gonna look like. I also got sent a Green Chef box this week because I was doing a partner video with them. So I have a few meals here that obviously I don't want to waste. And so I'm gonna go ahead and take the ingredients out of these two and then decide if that's something I want to meal prep for lunches for us, or I can also just use the components of that to make other things. I also thought about maybe making some Crispix mix. I have a box of Crispix I cannot talk. I have a box of Crispix back there that I purchased, like, I feel like it's been a couple months ago now, and haven't used that yet. So I feel like I have enough things on hand that I could do that. I have some pretzels, I have some Cheez-Its, and then I always try to make sure, especially for school time, that I have easy snacks here that the kids can grab and take to school. So I want to kind of take inventory of that too. Both my kids are responsible for bringing their own snack if they want to school each day, and so typically they just know to grab that out of the pantry and put it in their backpack, or I'll put something in their backpack the night before. And it's not usually anything huge. Usually it's just like a cheese and cracker, or you know, graham crackers or something like that that's non-perishable that they can have in their bag with them. Okay, so I had this head of iceberg lettuce out in my garage refrigerator. So I think what I'm gonna do first is wash this up and get this prepped, because I'll probably be using it for dinner tonight for a side salad, and then the rest of it we can use for sandwiches and salads throughout the week. Okay, so this is the recipe that I like to use for these pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. It's from thegirlwhoateeverything.com. I've shared this so many times before, but it's been a long time since I've made these. These are my kids' favorite, and it makes quite a bit. Usually I do some mini muffins, some regular muffins, and then I freeze some. They thaw out great. So I am going to substitute half of the oil for unsweetened applesauce, just because I feel like I don't need all that oil, and it'll make it a little bit healthier and you really don't notice the difference. And then I have some eggs in there. I'm gonna mix that with some pumpkin. I have 1 can of pumpkin here. And then the recipe calls for 2 cups of sugar. I don't have a lot of sugar left. I didn't realize I was that low. So I think what I'm gonna do is use 1 cup of regular brown sugar and 1 cup of the monk fruit sweetener. And that will cut down on the sugar just a little bit, and then the regular dry ingredients, and then for chocolate chips I'm going to use the Lily's chocolate chips because that's what I have on hand. I have a few of the dark chocolate left, and then I'll use the rest semi-sweet. Okay, so this recipe makes 24 regular size muffins. So I went ahead and put 12 in this one. This is regular size muffins. And then these are mini muffins, which I actually prefer these. And I kind of wish I had 2 of these mini pans. But I'm gonna put these in the oven. The regular muffins, it says bake at 15 to 17 minutes. So I'll probably check these at 12 minutes, but then these will take a little bit longer. But I'll link both of these pans down below. I really like both of them. This one is a Rachel Ray pan, and this one is Chicago Metallic. Okay, so I spun my lettuce dry, and I have one of these Rubbermaid, I think they're called Freshworks containers. So I'm gonna try and leave this lettuce as whole as I can, just because that way it will not brown on me. And I'm gonna put some paper towels in there. So then I can use this for the week. Yeah, this one, it's a little bit wet on top, but that's fine. And then you can just like change the paper towels as they get wet. But your lettuce should keep all week like this. And then it's obviously a lot more convenient to chop it up and use it for salads. But I have lots of these containers in different sizes, and they're really good for produce, so you can get them on Amazon. But yeah, I like them a lot. So for the spinach, what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wash it up, and then I'm gonna steam it. I think I'm gonna steam it in the microwave, and then put it in the freezer, and then within the next few weeks I'll look for some recipes that call for frozen spinach, and that way I can use it up and I won't waste it. So I think what I'm gonna do is tonight for dinner I'm gonna make this other Green Chef meal, the pork chops, and then Kira really wants tortellini. I said I was gonna make it earlier this week and I didn't get to it, so I had just this half a pack from Costco. So I think I'm gonna make tortellini with Alfredo sauce and some garlic bread. And then I'll make this pork chop recipe. That way Adam and I can have this. The kids can have some pork chops too if they want. And then Kira will get her tortellini. So I have the cherry tomatoes here halved, and I'm gonna drizzle this with some olive oil and roast it with some garlic. And then it looks like that goes on top of the pork chops, and this also goes with the Swiss chard salad. So, like I said, this video is not sponsored by Green Chef, but I will put a link down below if you're interested. I think it's $80 off your first month with them. They are a really good meal kit, especially if you're looking for keto meal prep. They have the best like low carb keto meal prep, I think, out of any of them. All right, so the muffins are done. I was afraid that some of these got a little bit brown, but I tasted one and they taste okay. So those are cooling. And then in the oven, I have the roasted tomatoes going and some garlic bread. And then here is the tortellini. I'm just letting that sit here and keep warm. It doesn't take long to cook at all. And then for the Alfredo sauce, I'm using this package that I got from Walmart a while back. You can have one little one. And this you mix with butter, cream cheese, and milk. And this packet actually makes two, you know, servings, I guess, of sauce, or like 2 meals worth of sauce. So we've had this before and it's good. So
the insides are kind of a little sticky.
Well, it's still warm.
Oh.
Okay, so here's the salad that I just mixed up. This has Swiss chard and the vinaigrette that came with the kit, feta cheese, artichokes, sunflower seeds, and then I seasoned it with some salt and pepper. It's really good. And then this is the bread that I'm using. It's from the Essential Baking Company, garlic bread. I got this in my Imperfect Foods box. It's super easy. You just take it out of the package, put it right on the oven rack, and bake it. So that's right here. I need to slice that up. And then these are the pork chops that I seasoned. It comes with an orange fennel seasoning. So I'm going to use my cast iron skillet, just sear those on either side, and then stick it in the oven for them to cook the rest of the way. Okay, so here's how the Green Chef dinner turned out. That's the pork chop with the tzatziki sauce and roasted tomatoes on top. And then I got some garlic bread and some of the chard salad, which turned out really good. And then here's the rest of the tortellini. I don't know, I might have some of that if I'm still hungry after this. Okay, so my muffins have cooled, so I put the mini ones in the cake stand here. And sometimes I get questions about where I got this, and it's Pioneer Woman cake stand, and I got it at Walmart, and I don't think it's available anymore. And then the other full-size muffins I put in a Ziploc bag, and I'm gonna put these in the freezer, and then we want to use them. I'll just take them out the night before and pop them in here, and then they'll be thawed by breakfast time. And then this is the spinach that I just steamed up in the microwave, and then I squeezed the water out. And I was gonna put the weight on the bag. I pushed the chair too early, but it's 6.7 ounces. So I'll put that on the bag, and at least I'll know how much is in there if there's a recipe that calls for it. And I also have a partial box of this chocolate pudding. And so I'm gonna go ahead and make this and then just pour it into some little containers with lids on them. And then the kids can take that in their lunches this coming week. Okay, so I'm gonna make some Crispix mix. I've had this Crispix in my pantry for a while, and I need to get it used up. So this is the recipe that I use if you want to screenshot it. It's basically, it calls for 18 cups of either cereal or pretzels or Cheez-Its or whatever you want to use. and then 2 sticks of butter, 3.5 tablespoons of Worcestershire, 3.5 teaspoons of Lowry's, half a teaspoon of garlic powder, and basically you melt all that together, stir it with the cereal, and bake it at 250 for an hour, and then you stir it every 15 minutes. So what I'm using is, you basically need 18 cups. So I'm using 6 cups of Crispix. I used about 4 cups of Cheez-Its, 2 cups of mixed nuts, and then 6 cups of pretzels. So I just split them in between these 2 containers. And then I have my butter melted, so I'm gonna mix in the Worcestershire and the seasonings, and then pour it over the cereal mixture. Okay, so I am going to make some of these Starbucks copycat sous vide egg bites in the Instant Pot. I have a video dedicated to these, so I can link that down below. But this is the recipe I follow. It's from foodieandwine.com. And I think what I'm gonna do, this calls for 4 eggs. I think what I'm gonna do is multiply it times 1.5. So I'm going to use 6 eggs, and instead of bacon, I'm going to use this chorizo. This is no sugar added, fully cooked chorizo links, and I got this in my Imperfect Foods box. Since it's fully cooked, I probably could just dice it up and add it right to the molds, but I'd rather try to render out some of the fat. So I'm just going to dice up some of these and saute them in a skillet, and then I need to shred up some more cheese. I have my Instant Pot over here, and this is, these are the molds that I'm gonna use. I got these on Amazon, so I can link these down below, as well as my Instant Pot that I have. And I just have a cup of water in the bottom of there so these can steam. Okay, and there's half an hour left on the Crispix mix. So I've already stirred these once, so I'm gonna go ahead and stir them again. Once you stir them, you can see kind of how some of the butter sinks to the bottom. So you just want to stir it up so you can distribute that evenly, and then make sure nothing burns. It smells super duper good. Not much better than fresh Crispix mix cooking. Kind of reminds me of the holidays, actually. Okay, so in with my eggs, I added some cottage cheese, some half and half. The original recipe calls for heavy cream, but normally I just use half and half. I put some cheese in there and some salt, and you can add a little bit of hot sauce. I'm not gonna do that because the chorizo that I cooked up is already a little bit spicy, and I'm glad I decided to render out some of the fat because it was a little bit fatty, so I did that. So I'm gonna use my immersion blender to mix this up until it's really smooth. And then what else was I gonna say? Oh, for the cheese, I actually had some cheese that was already like cut up. So instead of grating it, I just kind of chopped it into small pieces. And once you mix it up with the immersion blender, it'll all blend up anyway. Okay, so I got these in the Instant Pot. Did you notice I forgot to spray them? So I had to flip them over, spray them. So I added the chorizo on the bottom, poured the eggs on top. I got 2 full trays of these, and you do want to spray these even though they're silicone, because if you don't, they will stick. And I've made these so many times, and I can't tell you how many times I've forgotten to spray them, and they totally stick. So I'm gonna put the lid on, make sure that it's sealing. I've got my cute little monster vent on here, and then these are gonna steam for 8 minutes. Okay, so next I'm going to prep some snack boxes for the kids to take to school for lunch. So these are the easy lunchbox containers, and I got them on Amazon a long time ago. They have several different sizes, but these are the ones I like for snack boxes. There's 4 compartments in here, and they're just like the perfect size for lunches. And then you can add like maybe a fruit and a yogurt or something like that and a drink, and you're done. So I'm gonna prep these. I basically have a mixture of things to use up in my fridge. So I have, this is turkey summer sausage and some cheese that I cut up earlier this week. And then I also have some dark chocolate covered pretzels, some cashews. I have some teriyaki beef bites and some crackers and some pepperoni. All right, so here are the snack slash lunch boxes that I made. So in these, there's turkey summer sausage, cheese, whole wheat Ritz crackers, and then I just mixed together some of the dark chocolate covered pretzels and the cashews. And then these 2 have turkey pepperoni and a little bit of those teriyaki beef sticks and the same cheese and cashews with the dark chocolate pretzels. And then I went ahead and emptied this out because I actually want to use this for some veggies. So I just put it in this smaller container. This is also a systemic container. I'll try to find these online and link them down below. A lot of times I get them at like TJ Maxx or Home Goods, or sometimes you can find them at Walmart too. But this is pepper jack cheese, and the kids probably won't eat that. So I'll just put this in the fridge for either Adam or I, and we'll have that for a snack or as part of lunch this week. Also, my Crispix mix is done, so I'm just letting that cool. You want to store this in an airtight container, but make sure that it's totally cool before you do that, otherwise it'll steam up and then your Crispix mix will get soggy. I'm also heating up just a little bit of oil with some butter in it, and I thawed out these hash browns, and I'm going to thaw those. I thawed them already. I'm going to fry these up so I can make like some little breakfast meal prep bowls for myself with the egg bites. Okay, so I had made this garlic bread for dinner, and I was the only one that liked it. So with the leftovers, what I did was I just cubed it up, and I put a tiny little bit of melted butter on there, and I'm gonna bake this in the oven and make some homemade croutons. If you've never made homemade croutons, They're so delicious. So the oven's at 400, so I don't know, I'm just gonna put these in here for like 5 minutes, maybe 10. Okay, so here's my croutons. I just took them off the tray so they would cool faster. I'm gonna put those in a Ziploc bag, and I can use those on salads this week. I bet I can make some Caesar salad. That would be delicious with those. And then I'm putting my Crispix mix in some airtight containers. So I have this big one. This is a Sistema container. I got these on sale at Walmart actually, randomly, and they're very useful. This is a Ziploc container, and then I put 2 in just these little Gladware containers, and I thought maybe the kids could take these as a snack on their first day of school. And then I just have a little bit more in there, so I'll probably just put that in a little Ziploc bag. And here's how the egg bites turned out. They are perfect, or they look perfect anyway. It was super easy to lift them out using the trivet. So I'm gonna put a couple of these in with my hash browns for breakfast this week, and then the rest I'll probably freeze. And you can freeze these, and they thaw out just fine in the microwave. Okay, so I ended up with 4 breakfasts for myself this week, hash browns and 2 egg bites. I guess some people might be bothered by warming up hash browns. It doesn't bother me at all. In fact, I'll probably cut the egg up, mix it with the hash browns, maybe a little bit of cottage cheese. I don't know, sounds good. So I got those ready, and then these were the extra egg bites I had. So there's 6 extra. I'll probably refrigerate these until they're cool, and then once they're cool, I'll put them in a bag and put them in the freezer, and then I can use them later on. Hey guys, so it's the following morning. It's about 6 a.m. and excuse me, I was gonna actually get up even earlier today and finish the rest of the meal prep that I didn't get done last night, but for some reason my alarm must have been on silent or something. I don't know. My plan was to get up at 5 and finish prepping some of the veggies and stuff, but we actually are going out to brunch today for my birthday, and our reservation is at 10, so I'm not gonna have time to do that, but I will do it later today, and you guys will see that in a weekend prep video. But for this particular video, I just wanted to recap with what I got done for this particular meal prep and share with you kind of what I'm planning for this week as far as some meals and what we're going to use for snacks for back to school. Okay, so obviously I got done the pumpkin chocolate chip muffins. So half of those are here, and those will be good for the kids to either throw in their lunchbox this week, or they can use it for a quick breakfast with some milk and maybe a side of fruit, or it's something they can even throw in a bag and eat on their way out to the bus stop. And then I still need to chop up my veggies, but I'll do that later today. And then I was also going to make this last Green Chef recipe as a meal prep, but I'm not gonna have time to do that this morning, so I'll have to do it later today. And then I also got done got the Crispix mix done, so that will be good to use for snacks for the next couple weeks. That'll last us a while. I did also get most of my fruit, or all of my fruit actually, that I had to washed up this weekend, so I need to put these in the fruit bowl. So we have some apples here and some pears. The pears still need to ripen a little bit. I also have some kiwis in there I can cut up for lunch boxes, and oranges, and then a few bananas. These were the croutons that I made. So I was actually thinking maybe Adam and I will use some of these for French onion soup tonight for dinner, because I have some French onion soup in the freezer. And then these 2 tomatoes are actually for the Green Chef meal. And then in the freezer, let's see, I still have some meats in there I'll probably use to meal plan for this week. I have these bowls of ramen, and I got these at Costco. But this is an option that I can use, especially for Kira. She really likes ramen. But this is something that I can quick make in the morning in the microwave and throw it in a thermos for her for lunch. So that's an option. These are the muffins that I froze. I have some cut up fruit in here in case I want to do smoothies in the morning for me or the kids. And then also I have some waffles. Waffles are a great option, especially for Connor really likes these for breakfast, and it's something that he can make on his own and spread a little peanut butter on there and grab a glass of milk, and he's good for breakfast. And then out here in the garage refrigerator, sorry, I'm banging things around. I have my egg bites and stuff. Those wouldn't fit in the refrigerator in the house, so I do have my 4 breakfasts that I meal prep along with the extra egg bites. I also have some cottage cheese out here that I probably need to get used up this week, and then I have some pizza crusts in there, so that could be for dinner maybe. Some extra bread, so that is what I'm working with out here. Not a whole lot to use up. Sometimes I keep extra produce out here and stuff, but I don't have any of that right now, so that's good. I've used it all up. And then here is the fridge. So these little Lunchables, I don't know, I bought these and my kids haven't been eating these, so I'm not sure if they don't care for the meat in them. I don't know, I'll have to ask them, but maybe I'll kind of disassemble those, take them apart and make them into something else. Here's the pudding that I made, so that can go in lunch boxes this week. This is some cherry tomatoes that I need to figure out a purpose for this week. This is actually some of the produce that was left for that Green Chef meal, so I'll make that for meal prep, and then this is the sauce that went with that. So and then I also have some leftover tortellini, so we can use that either for like thermos lunches this week or even for a quick dinner if we want to do leftovers. This is the chicken breast that's for the Green Chef meal, so I'll be making that later today. Here are the little lunch boxes that I prepped, and then here's the lettuce that I cut up. This is Murphy's dog food. And then, like I said, I still have some produce that I want to get washed up and prepped later today. So I have some tomatoes in there to wash up, some peppers to chop up. I have this cauliflower to cut up. And then I want to get some carrot sticks made also. Here's some cilantro. It's looking kind of wilty, but I can revive it in some cold water. I think I have all the things to make pad thai for dinner this week, so I think I'm going to put that on the list to make. And then we just have our standard sandwich ingredients. I do have a couple like cheese trays in here that I got from Imperfect Foods that we can throw in lunches if we need to. But yeah, my fridge is not really that organized right now, but at least there's like mostly a purpose for everything. And even though I didn't get everything done I set out to, I spent a lot of time on this yesterday. I think, you know, I was probably working from around 4 until around 10 on and off. Of course, I made dinner in there and things, but yeah, that is what I got done for this weekend. To be continued. All right, so that is going to wrap it up for today's back to school meal prep video using what I have on hand. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for my next weekend prep video where I'll show you the rest of the things that I prepped. Don't forget that this video is in collaboration with Erin over at My Level 10 Life, so I'll link her channel down below. Make sure that you check her out for more meal prep inspiration. And thanks for checking in with me today. I will see you tonight at 8 p.m. for another episode of Vlogust. Bye.